morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. It is Thursday, April 28th. I'm Tracy McCain here with Ed Matthews, Christian Morgan. I hear myself.
Do you? You probably do because
Turn that down.
I know. I thought.
Is this what you were like in school?
Yes, I was a troublemaker.
Oh,
yeah.
no way. Oh, look, and now mine is loud.
Yeah.
So I guess I was talking to myself. I'm going to pay it forward.
Yeah.
It is Pay It Forward Day. We're going to have a conversation about that in just a little bit. But guys, it's Thursday. I need the weekend to arrive pronto. Stat.
Yesterday already.
Yes. Make it the weekend.
It is. Beautiful weather for you to enjoy today, too. Of course, if you can stand the pollen. It's still pretty tough outside. But take a look this morning. We do have some high cloud cover in the Piedmont, just enough to make for an interesting looking sky as you look out over Wake Forest at Truist Field this morning. Temperature-wise across the board, it's a pretty diverse map. Notice, specifically, we're still hanging on to 51 in Winston-Salem this morning and 49 in Greensboro. Typically, the cities are a little warmer than some of those outlying areas. It's what we call an urban heat island because they can hold on to heat a little bit longer than those outlying areas can. Of course, we had some extra clouds, and we did have a bit of wind overnight, too, and that helped to keep us a little on the warmer side of things. 44 down in Asheboro this morning, 46 in Lexington, 44 in High Point, 49 in Reedsville, 48 in Walnut Cove, and 46 up in Mount Airy this morning. Quiet on the radar, other than just a few clouds and high clouds this morning, too. So it's kind of a filtered sunshine look to the sky this morning. Meanwhile, our next big system getting its act together out over the to our west over Texas, Texas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma and those areas. But that big low pressure really won't impact us for several days. What really is going to be our bigger piece of the system is going to be a warm front that kind of stalls out across the South Carolina and North Carolina border by the time we get into the weekend. For today, high pressure is still in control of our weather. That keeps us high and dry with sunshine. Meanwhile, that high starts to move offshore a bit as we go into your Friday and into the weekend, and that will give us a south and southeasterly wind. And as it comes off the ocean, of course, it will provide some extra moisture with it, and it's a thing that we call overrunning as that moist air rides up over that front that's going to be stalled out or slowly moving to the north. That will create some extra clouds and a scattered shower chance over the course of the weekend. Now, I don't think it's going to rain all the time over the weekend, but it's a good weekend to carry along that umbrella just in case. Notice we do have some extra clouds for your Friday. There's your Saturday morning as we go into it. Scattered showers are likely, and then they taper off a bit as we go into your Saturday evening. We'll do that again as we go into your Sunday. Cooler for Saturday, 64 Saturday, low 70s by the time we get into your Sunday. All told, by the time we're done with rain, I think generally around a quarter to about half of an inch of rain is likely for most of our area by the time we end the weekend. For today, though, it's a beautiful day to get outside. Lots of sunshine, low 70s, still a bit breezy from time to time with gusts on the order of 20 to 30 miles per hour. Overnight, we fall back into the mid and upper 40s under a partly cloudy sky heading into your Friday, and we're up near 70 again tomorrow with some extra clouds for your Friday. Scattered showers over the weekend. We'll warm it back up to 80 as we go into early next week, but we will keep the scattered shower chance in for Monday and Tuesday. We'll also run the chance of a couple thunderstorms too.
Well, early voting gets underway at 8 a.m. across North Carolina. You can vote at any early voting site in your county. You can also register to vote at an early voting location and cast your ballot up until May 14th. If you do not vote early, you will head to the polls on May 17th. WFMY News 2's Itini's McMiller has everything you need to know about the election before you head to the polls.
We are outside of the old courthouse off of West Market Street in Greensboro, and early voting begins shortly at 8 a.m. And don't worry if you have not registered to vote yet, because you can do so here or at the 7 other voting locations throughout Guilford County. These are the county's one-stop early voting locations. You can take a picture of them if you need to. There are sites at recreation and senior centers in both Greensboro and High Point. If in-person voting isn't possible, May 10th is a date you need to remember. It's the last day to submit an absentee ballot request form. But here's the tricky part. The mayoral and city council races will also be on the general election ballots on July 26th. So you'll need to vote twice. The top picks in each race from the May 17th primary will be on the July ballot. And these early voting locations for the primary election will be open from 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. For more information on this primary election and for sample ballots, you can check those out at WFMYnews2.com.
All right, thank you, Itanese. Today is a National Pay It Forward Day. It's really a time where you kind of go out of your way to make someone else's day brighter. So if you want to pay it forward, you can always buy somebody some coffee, maybe take them out to a movie. A common one is for you to pay for the person's order behind you when you're in the drive-thru line. I've seen that a few times.
I've done that before. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, I love that too. You can do something nice for a stranger. Maybe open the door for them or send a positive text message to a friend. Give someone a compliment. Drop in the comments below, how do you pay it forward today and every day? So you've been in that situation, Ed, where you've been in the line and someone has...
I've done it before, and you know, not to be patted on the back or anything like that, but I heard about this being done before, and I thought, oh, it would be cool. So I've done it a couple of times. I don't do it a lot, but I think it's just a nice gesture, and you know, the person doesn't expect it. I've had it done to me before. I don't know if they looked through the rearview mirror and said, "Oh, there's the weatherman. I want some sunny weather." But when it was done to me, and it's been done once, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it really made my day.
Yeah,
it really did.
You never want to be in that line and be the person that ends that. Either.
Right.
That really just kicks the wind out of the sails on that. So
you know,
always continue that, you know, if you're able to do so.
If you're able to do so, yeah. But it doesn't take a lot of energy. The things that you were just listing, holding the door for somebody, maybe helping a senior citizen with their groceries at the supermarket, carry them to the car. There are just thousands and thousands and thousands of little things that you can do, and you can't necessarily look at somebody and see what kind of day they're having. They may be having a good day, they may be not having such a good day, but if you do something nice for them, it could really turn their attitude around.
Yeah,
it really
could. And you never really know, you know, we talked about all these different things you can do. You can buy people stuff, you can maybe pay for some coffee, you can pay for the order behind them. But what you don't really understand is that even just a word or something kind, you never really know how far that can go to really make a difference for somebody.
Yeah, and I've always said, you know, I think anger breeds anger.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, if you're angry to somebody, not only is it going to be hurtful, but you know, also it's just going to make them really feel bad, and in turn they could be angry back to you or to somebody else. But look at it on the good side, the bright side. If you extend kindness or a good gesture to somebody, they'll repay you back 1,000,000 times over, and then they may extend that kindness to somebody else. And it's just, it kind of reciprocates, you know, it just keeps going on and on and on.
Yeah, you know, I can tell you from past experiences, you know, it was a chat that we had on this show months ago. And we talked about people who were making a difference in our lives and the kind of things that they had done for us. And we were just kind of calling out one person in particular. I'm not exactly sure what the chat was about, but I called out my worship pastor at church because he not only, you know, leads our worship team, but he also plays in our band as well, plays saxophone in our band and Rooster too. Not all the time, but every now and then, you know, he'll come in and sub. And I was saying, you know, he makes such a positive difference in somebody's life just by the way that he teaches and by the way he leads, and maybe pushes you to do something but does it in a kind way where where it leads you in a certain way, and you never really know how much just kind words can mean. And I mentioned that on the air when we were talking about that chat, and he texted me later and said, "Dude, I was in the floor bawling." He said, "You know, my wife was like, 'What are you doing?'" He said, you never just know how much just one little thing can mean to somebody, whether it's just a kind word or a kind phrase or something like that.
And you're right, it could be a tiny thing to you, but the person that you're directing that kindness to, they could think of it as being something real big and very positive.
It's not always something material.
Right, right.
So funny, I was at lunch with Monique Robinson, who's our meteorologist, one of our meteorologists here, and we are going all in at Printworks. I mean, we're ordering breakfast, lunch, mimosas, and we were just like, diets off today.
Yeah.
And
Where were we at?
Yeah, I know. I didn't get an invitation,
it was
but it was ladies' time.
Ladies' time.
yeah. And so we were having a great conversation. We weren't even looking around us, have no idea who was around us.
Yeah.
We were just eating and having a great time. And when the bill came, I thought I was going to be like the savior and be like, hey, I'm going to pay for everything. And she's like, actually, a gentleman at the bar has already paid for your bill. And I was like,
Wow.
what? So my back was to the bar the whole time. So I'm like, Monique, what did you do?
Wow.
But someone was just obviously being kind.
Yes, very kind.
Exactly. So here I was, with the intention of being kind, and then somebody else, had the intention of being kind to us. So we
How
still
cool.
don't know who this person is because we were into our food so much.
Yeah, and
in the
I've had
conversation.
You may never know.
Yeah,
We
I've
may
had
never
acts
know.
of kindness, extended to me, and then not know who did it, and I'm going like, geez, I really would like to know how let that person know
Say thank
how much
you.
I
Yeah.
appreciate them and thank them for it. But sometimes that happens, sometimes it
Right.
doesn't.
It's fun to do. It's fun to do. If you go to a restaurant and you maybe you see somebody you haven't seen in a while. I always think it's fun just to see if you can get their bill without them knowing it, and then take care of it without ever letting on the slightest bit that you did it, or even giving them the idea that you might have been
Right.
the one
Yeah.
that did it.
Yeah. So what I ended up doing was the cost or the price of our meal. I ended up giving that to the waitress who
Very
served
cool.
us.
Wow.
So someone
You
paid for
really
our
did
meal,
pay it
but then
forward.
exactly. So it was
Yeah.
paying it forward. But I didn't realize I was doing it in that manner. I was just like, I was planning on spending this money anyway.
Yeah.
So let me, but now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, she was probably not expecting that.
Yeah.
So
That's
awesome.
yeah, that's pretty cool. We have a number of comments here. Joanne McCullen said, just a grateful thank you is always appreciated. And that is so true. You never know what people are going through, and so thank you. Appreciation is something that will go a long way. Let's see. Bobby Odom says that he pays it forward all the time. Sorry, someone's talking about tacos, but I'm not really sure why. Lakaya said someone paid for my husband and I at dinner twice. Once because they saw us pray, and the second time was a couple we met next to us in 66 Grill that we just happened to talk to. It was truly a blessing both times, which is awesome. Bobby Odom said, I'm going to buy the person's lunch behind me in the drive-thru today. That's awesome. LeVar said it's really great when people do that, just kind of keep paying the next person's bill. Jessica Richards says that's happened with her. She said, I've had the car in front of me pay for me, and it just made my day, so I paid for the person behind me. LeVar Jarrell said he's going to buy ice cream for the kids in the neighborhood when the ice cream truck comes around.
Wow.
He said it makes him happy to do that. And Lakaya agreed. She said, I love to pay for the person behind me in line. I have done it in the grocery store, and you wouldn't believe the response. Yeah, I've done that too. It's really awesome to, just give when you are in a position to do so.
Yeah, it just makes the world a better place,
does.
and that's what we want. We want the world to be a better place to live. And again, it doesn't take much. And as you said, it doesn't have to be material things either. It can be great compliments, or just to demonstrate to somebody how much you really appreciate learning from them, or being their friend, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being great friends to me.
Yeah, we
all
love
the time.
you.
We
and
love you.
today.
Yes.
All right, don't make me emotional. Let's wrap this up with the forecast.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, let's look at the 7-day. I had to think there. Yeah, it's my turn. It's my turn. Yeah, I was getting emotional there myself. I tell you what, nice day. We're seeing a few clouds this morning, but I think overall a mostly sunny day. 49, our unofficial low out at PTI. Clouds keeping the temperatures up a little bit this morning as compared to where we would have gone if it would have been clear. We're on our way to about 73 today. Tomorrow tomorrow, clouds on the increase, maybe a shower late in the day, and then the shower chance ramps up Friday night and into the weekend. Actually, we have at least some shower chance kind of off and on throughout the weekend. Not going to be a dismal weekend, a washout weekend or anything like that. But I tell you what, you'd be smart if you've got outdoor plans, make sure you got a plan B just in case, because we do have about a 50% chance of the scattered showers on Saturday and Sunday. A little warm front will be to our south. That's going to create the extra clouds and the shower chance. Now that warm front lifts north of our area by early next week, and that puts us in the warmer sector south of the warm front. So temperatures jump back pretty close to 80 there on Monday and Tuesday, and that daytime heating will likely lead to at least a few scattered storms in the afternoon and evening. So don't fret too much about the weekend. I think you will be able to at least spend some time outdoors during Saturday and Sunday.
I'll tell you what though, I don't want to be that person, but kind of do need the rain.
Yeah, we really do. I mean, you gotta take the rain with the sunshine as well. You know, we're in the growing season, so it's good to get those showers. And I'm gonna keep my car outside, see if I can get the pollen
Wash
washed
the pollen
off.
away a little bit.
Yeah, free car wash. That's my deal. Yeah.
I promised my husband yesterday I would take my car today to get washed.
Just get the pollen off.
Exactly. Yeah. And he said, he said, if you don't do it, he's like, I'm going to have to drive your car to the car wash. I'm like, why is that punishment? And he's like, because then I will clean your entire car. And he's like, you won't be able to find any of your junk anymore.
All of that organized chaos will go away.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, well, I will get it done. All right. Thanks so much for joining us here on After GMS. We will see you back here tomorrow for some more great conversations and fun. Thanks so much for being you every day and joining us for these great conversations. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.